here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C.
Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports.
The return is the rookie Xavier Worthy. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
Oh, what a juke into space. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. That is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In motion left goes a tight end.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Off the play fake, Daniels.
Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
42 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
On 1st down, here's Daniels to throw.
Flush to his right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And down inside the 15 he goes. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Rig alert. Check smash.
Throwing now is Daniels.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
To throw is Daniels.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Street. Under 10. 70 Ranger.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Seibert able to knock this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2.
Up the middle, it's Chubb.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Rodgers wants to change the look.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Flushed out right.
Right back to Njoku.
And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
To throw is Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Aaron Rodgers with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go, Rig. Go. Switch it. No. Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat. Trap 60.
To the air goes Daniels. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 3rd and 5. Now Daniels. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A 1st down throw for Daniels. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the 3rd quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
19 right. 98.
Daniels looking to throw. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come 19. Come 19. Hurt. Right there. Hurt.
Here's Daniels. Finding Ertz again. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On On third down, Robinson.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Daniels now to throw on first down.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 8.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And his throw is incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Daniels from the gun on third down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3. And again, it's Chubb. He can't get him down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now left side on the swing pass. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Second and 9.
To throw, it's Rodgers. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Rodgers going to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that is incomplete. But a pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. That is caught, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop them.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. Rodgers now off the play fake, out to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
Chubb. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Well, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's going to have the 1st down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. They had to get it away from their end zone somewhat, but still a long way to go.
Had to start somewhere. That's probably the best best outcome possible.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Able to find Ertz, and he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The rookie from LSU leading this offense well. A good throw there leads to a 1st down. This is 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 19 tight, 19 tight.
He's back to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field. Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Panther streak, Panther streak.
Daniel's going to throw for it.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Try to power it in with Arma.
Power on power, but he's not going to get in.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Check mash, freeze, freeze.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25.
Here's 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Ready, set.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for Washington, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.